Hey, it's Victoria at Handy Bros. It's that time again where heat's out, cold's in, so let me show you how to set up your equipment for the new season. Here we are at our hex thermostat. We just need to adjust a couple settings when we enter the heating season. First thing is actually just changing it into heat mode, which I'll show you here. First thing we do is we just touch the screen. Here you're gonna see something that says cool, and it has a snowflake right there. We're actually just gonna hit that. Next, you're gonna see something that just says the word mode with a power sign. You're gonna hit that. And now we are in heating mode. So this is kind of up to you. You get to customize it a little bit to whether you like it more hot or if you still like it nice and cool in the home. I personally like it at 72. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to change mine to be right at 72 here. Again, just to reiterate, this is a hex thermostat. All thermostats are different, but the main point is just to change it over to heating mode. Lastly, what you want to do is actually just check the alerts on your thermostat. Your thermostat's very smart and actually does most of the work for you when it comes to cleaning and such. So here we actually show that our filter needs to be changed. If you click that alert right here, it's actually going to say that I need to change my filter. So how about we go downstairs and we'll do that right now. Okay, now we're ready to change the furnace filter. Number one thing I usually recommend just for safety purposes is turning off your furnace before sticking your hand in that filter cabinet. It's as easy as flipping the switch. You should see one in your room called furnace switch. Usually has on or off labeled. We're actually just going to simply turn that off. Here we're at the furnace. Number one thing I always recommend to every customer is always changing your filter when you're changing it for a new season. Number one call we get is usually caused by a clogged or dirty filter. All filter cabinets do act the same though, and they all do need to be replaced. Typically I recommend replacing your filter 2 to 4 times a year. This of course depends on the size of your filter and the efficiency of your home. Here we are at an electronic air cleaner. If you do have one of these, number one thing you have to do before removing the filter is you have to turn the electronic air cleaner off. Very simple, or you just have to look at this lever and put it in off mode. My rule of thumb is I wait just a couple seconds just to be on the safe side. No one wants to get shocked. It's not fun at all. From there, you're going to see something that says lift here. Other filter cabinets, it might just have a cover that you can easily remove. But for this particular filter cabinet, I'm actually just going to lift and release. So again, this one's going to look a little bit different, but we're going to remove this one here. As you can see, it's time this one gets changed, so I'm gonna go grab our new filter and I'm gonna replace it in this box. Awesome, so now that we have our new filter in, I'm actually just gonna put this weight back in here. Next, we're gonna put the cover back on here. Last but not least, always make sure that you turn this back on, otherwise it won't be functioning properly. Okay everyone, here we're at our humidifier by the furnace here. If you don't have a humidifier, I strongly recommend one. It can truly do wonders for the air quality in your home. If you do have a humidifier, it is super important that you actually change it to winter mode when entering the heating season. So here we have our damper. It's going to say summer at the top and winter by the side. Here what we're gonna do is we're actually just gonna change the mode from summer to winter. Yep, you saw that right. It's as easy as a switch. Now that we've changed that furnace filter, don't forget, you gotta turn that furnace switch back on. So when you think it's finally time to shut off the AC unit and turn on your furnace, first step is to come outside and actually turn the disconnect off. This shuts off the AC for the winter season and allows the furnace to be functioning properly. Now, when it comes to shutting off the disconnect, it's as simple as removing the cover here. Now, depending on the type of disconnect you have, you'll see either a switch or a lever like this. For this particular disconnect, we are actually just going to remove this. By removing this, your AC should start powering off. Now remember, you need to flip it and then put it back in. Finally, you close the cover. Make sure your AC is off and you should be all set to go. Next thing you're gonna wanna do is cover your AC unit with an AC cover. You can purchase these at Handy Bros if you don't own one already. Super important side note though, if you do have a heat pump, you do not want to cover these in the winter season. These are for AC units only. By covering your AC unit, it's actually going to prevent a lot of damage that could be caused during the winter season, so it's really important that you do want to do this. Another thing you want to do is check out these intake and exhaust vents. Oftentimes customers put on vent covers to prevent things from going in there in the summertime. Really important that we take any of those covers off, as well as making sure they're not clogged. This will actually help the furnace and prevent any future failures from taking place, as well as ensuring proper airflow. Last but certainly not least, call Handy Bros today to get one of our experienced technicians out. They can do all of this for you, plus more. Book in a maintenance today with Handy Bros Home Comfort. This is Victoria. For any other heating questions that you might have, don't forget to call the Bros. Home Comfort done differently.